My current role is that I lead industry consulting for hospitality. I'm in the business consulting role. I've been with ITC Limited, in fact 33 if we count the internship that I had with ITC as part of my master's in computer applications, the last semester of it. So in this 33 years, I've played various roles, starting from as a software engineer to being part of a product engineering team, to managing the product engineering team, to lead global programs and projects across different geographies. Leading delivery for the travel and hospitality practice when it was first started. At one point, I had 8 accounts that I was managing before I moved into the consulting team. So that's a quick view of what I've been doing all these 33 years. I was definitely excited. I was not nervous at all. Because this was the start of my career. And when you say the first day, it's actually my first day at internship. That's when I actually stepped foot into ITC Infotech, not ITC Infotech, ITC Information Systems Division. And that was way back in 92. So I lived all my life in Ahmedabad in Gujarat, right? A small city. And coming to this big town was a huge event for me, right? And I stepped in on the eve of Valentine's Day, and I immediately fell in love with the city. So it was a big change, seeing all of those large hearts and red roses and red ribbons on MG Road, right? It was just amazing. And of course, as part of that internship, I first went to the Laval Road office. That's where today we have ITC Gardenia. That's one of that area used to have a residential complex for the ITC senior managers, and it used to have a clubhouse. And the old ITC clubhouse was where we were housed in as ITC Information Systems Division's team. That was part of the team. So when I went there, I was told I need to come to the factory. So that is where we are right now at the Green Center, right? This is exactly probably where I stepped in like 33 years ago. And I was told, to do the internship, you first need to give a little exam. So I was a little concerned at that point. Oh, I've come all this way. Now am I going to clear this or not? But I did. And, there were a few, I think 4 of us at that point from different universities were coming. And we were all taken in. And from that point onwards, for a large portion of the time, I was really in this campus. For some time, of course, in the other Laval Road office as well. So it was extremely interesting. And, I remember my other peers, they would tell me that we remember you, the first few days as somebody who would take the Bangalore map. Look through that Bangalore map, which I bought from Higginbotham's, because I really wanted to understand this city, and would go through every morning and evening, where is the next place that I have to kind of visit and figure out where this is located, right? And I would always take the bus, because I was told by somebody that's the best way to learn routes, and I was told that, if you take the auto rickshaws, it's going to be a little difficult because you can be taken around the city for a ride. Right, so, and I was amazed at that time to see the beauty of Bangalore, and I especially would try and get on to the the first floor of the double-decker bus, so that I could just see the wonderful, beautiful array of colorful flowers across just next to Kavan Park, right? So it was just beautiful seeing, it's the yellow, the flaming red, the orange, the lavender. It was absolutely beautiful. So I think it was a really wonderful time for me moving into the city. And of course, from a work perspective, we had no Google, and we had, that was when we had those modems which would make those loud sounds just to connect from one point to the other, right? All we had was a stack of manuals. So anything that we wanted to learn, and of course I had to learn something new to implement, which was Unify Access. ITC Information Systems Division was actually distributors at that time for the product. So I was given a stack of manuals which I had to read through, and then I was assigned to a project. So yeah, it was wonderful joining the company, and it was exciting times. Okay, I think the first two wow moments that I experienced was when I was doing my internship, right? At that point, I just started a project, and the project manager, in fact, asked me to lead the project. So I was like, wow, I mean, this is just a few months and I'm still interning, right? So I successfully delivered that project, and it was implemented at ITC Moria. It was a health club management system. So I kind of still remember it very fondly. The second was, again, while I was interning, we had tested out a product on the market, a property management system to be implemented at hotels. And they asked me to travel to implement a beta for the product to the Manipal Valley View Hotel, which is in Bangalore, right? And that was my first travel outside of Bangalore on work, right? So that's always remains a very, very interesting, and a wow moment for me. And of course, there are many other wow moments which are there. One is when I remember when my colleagues got together to present me a mug which said the world's best manager, world's best boss, which I still, every morning it's a little boost to my ego along with the caffeine boost, right? I still have that cup with me. Right, so that was very interesting. And then another is, one day one of the senior team was very annoyed with me, right? As to why are you doing internal marketing? And it so happens that all the newbies who were, the new people recruited who would speak to me and who are assigned projects, right? They would refuse their projects and say, I want to work in the hotelier team with Anu, right? So everybody was annoyed. So that was also something which kind of, when you think back, right, it just gives you a little boost that the passion that I had, I could actually transmit it to others, and they were kind of also drawn into the vision for the product which was there, right? So that I remember very fondly. Also, there was the first tap night of ITC Infotech. At that point, we had moved. That was, I think, 2000. After 2000, so I think the tap night was probably 2002 or 2003, which was there. And I was in Calcutta at that point, and we had a very, very difficult project that I was managing because at the client site in UK, and I had to go to the client site. Many of the people were, let go, right? So the remaining people, there was a lot of hostility that was there. It was a call center project, which means that, they should not lose revenue. So there were terabytes of data which had to be migrated and also converted, and performance had to be, there were very strict penalties on the contract, right? So that was very successfully delivered, and I think I got the Best Program Manager award, right? So I, cherished that being the first award in the company. So that I really, really cherish that. And of course, that the difficulty that you've gone through to deliver it successfully with the team, right? So that was one. The other one was in 2010, we had the Vision, ITC's overall program. It was a Vision 2010, where all the entire leadership of ITC, including our late chairman, YC Deveshwar, was present in Calcutta. And because, the world's, I think it was the world's first Siebel loyalty implementation for an airline, for Finnair, and I was a delivery manager. So as part of the team, I also went and got the award, and I spoke something, and I saw the smile on, YCD's face, and it was amazing. So that was like a real another wow moment for me. So many wow moments. More recently, I think at the leadership, conclave that we had last year, I got the Prime Creator Award for the solution that was developed for hospitality, which got many new businesses. So when I saw the leadership cheering for me, right, that was also a big thing for me, because it speaks volumes, right? And it speaks volumes of the support that I have got from not only my seniors, but also of all my colleagues who have been working with me, right? So yeah, these are some of the wow moments that I've had. many more which I do not recollect now, I'm sure, but yeah. So I definitely remember one where I was told, somebody called me, one of my team members calls me up to say he cannot come to the office because he doesn't have any clothes, everything has been sent to the laundry. So I think that has been, there is nothing I could respond to with that. However, I think after ITC Infotech has kind of set up a laundry system here, I'm sure that there should not be any more excuses of that kind. Yeah, absolutely. I do remember that. So this was a time when Windows was just getting popular. So of course the software and OS sometimes had problems, and so one gentleman in the office, he had a cabin and he was sitting there. He had some problems and he called the technical staff in. So the guy comes in and says, "Open Windows." So he actually stands up and he opens a window. So this is a real life story, okay? And this was kind of, passed around so much, and we would have so much of fun just, hearing and laughing over it. So that's definitely one that I remember. Be the best you can be. Do the best you can do. Throughout it, constantly be learning, right? Learn from people around you, your seniors, your peers, people who report into you as well, right? I think there's a constant learning that is there. Get a breadth of experience, but have something which you really find depth in, right? In my case, I decided it was going to be hospitality, right? And I really had in-depth knowledge on this particular subject, though I can do anything else you tell me to do. Consulting, program management, pre-sales, there is a breadth of experience there as well. So I think that is extremely important. And seek opportunities, right? Seek opportunities, you do stretch assignments, very important. Get out of your comfort zone to do that. And have fun, right? You need to bring passion to your work, because it's like your half the life is spent at your workplace, right? You have to bring that passion with you and have fun. There is so much of things to do around here. Participate in different events which the HR teams are organizing for you, because it's important. In participating in them, you get to know your other colleagues, the other non-work side of your colleagues, right? You get to understand them better, and then that is what creates your bond, right? A real engagement and bond within the organization. I think that's very important, and that somehow post-COVID, I think it's missing quite a lot, and I think we need to bring it back. Right? Yeah. So my message is: work hard, but have fun as well.